welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, Jon Jordan. Today we are delving into the heady world of OPSkins. So the reason I'm laughing is I am, as often is the case with blockchain stuff, a little bit out of my depth on this one. So OPSkins is or was a Steam-based trading system for Counter-Strike skins. It was the biggest marketplace for Counter-Strike skins, which is a bit of a murky kind of operation in terms of, well, we won't really go into it, but basically people spending money kind of gambling to get randomized outcomes that then they could then sell on. Obviously, a little bit with Counter-Strike skins, you could actually use them in a game, so there was some intrinsic value that people could use skins in games and gain some sort of value other than just the ownership value. Some utility, I suppose we would call it in blockchain terms, but when it comes to OPSkins, so OPSkins have been going for a while. They were always been interested in blockchain because blockchain obviously is a transactional system, so it kind of makes sense for sites like them. Obviously, you can run stuff centralized, but people have to trust you. You run things decentralized, you get a lot of different options, and potentially people actually own stuff personally themselves, and they feel at least a great sense of ownership. So maybe spend more money. That's the idea. Now, OPSkins has created this kind of new blockchain. I don't know, ecosystem, I guess. At the moment, it's very early stages. It's called WAX, and it's kind of not in its fully decentralized stage yet. At the moment, WAX is only available through OPSkins, but the idea is WAX will be available for any website to run as a kind of a web widget or a mobile app, that kind of thing, and people can just trade blockchain items through that. So the kind of proof of concept with this is what's called VGO. The VGO is something that OPSkins have created, and it is effectively their version of Counter-Strike skins. So have weapons. Actually, you can use them in a game now, but not a very well-known game. And really, they're just at the moment aesthetic items that have a value because people are told they have a value and can kind of trade them. At least they can trade them with OPSkins. I'm not sure what kind of liquidity there is in the system really, in terms of this is the marketplace. Would anyone buy this polycat weapon? Probably not, because it says here it's going to cost you $7.80, but the suggested price is 3 cents. So basically that suggests that's not a very good value item, and this kind of spread suggests to me a massive lack of liquidity, and the fact that OPSkins should really be selling this for 3 cents rather than that. But anyway, that's by the by. We can see here lots of different weapons. Yeah, they all have this kind of spread on suggested price versus price. So really, how's this ecosystem set up? Well, let's go and have a look. So we can see here's my inventory. So an inventory is what items I have. So I have some of these guns, and also have a CryptoKitty. So they do have some blockchain games in here. So we have CryptoKitties, Etherbot, Fishbank, Crypto Barons. Apart from CryptoKitties, these are not well-known blockchain games. Without, Crypto Barons isn't even out yet, I don't think. So CryptoKitties is the biggest one. Quite why you would come to OPSkins to trade CryptoKitties rather than doing it through the CryptoKitties platform, I don't know, but the option is there. And you can see I bought a super cheap one, $1.90. I should really transfer it back to my CryptoKitties wallet, really, rather than having an OPSkins, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So let's do some selling. So we can see here, the suggested price of this is $1.35, but I can instantly sell it for $1.21. So I can do that in terms of dollars, or do that in terms of this OPSkins, this what's it called, operational points, isn't it? So my balance here is $11.51. I have operation points. So I can instantly sell items to OPSkins and get this basically an internal currency, soft currency, kind of a hardish soft currency, but it's not a blockchain currency. We have Ether here. Obviously, we all know what Ether is, and then we have this one WAX. So WAX was what OPSkins and WAX, which is the blockchain element, ICO'd on last year. So they sold this. WAX is an ERC20 token, even though OPSkins and WAX will actually be running on a fork of EOS, and the mainnet's actually up at the moment, and it kind of runs a centralized decentralized system, so it's not a kind of purely decentralized system, certainly at the moment. It's kind of interesting if we go very quickly into balances, no, add funds in it. So because OPSkins has kind of come from this non-blockchain approach, and actually sensibly, because of that, everything is in dollars. Also, you can just buy dollars with a credit. No, you buy dollars. Yeah, I think with a credit card. No, you can't. PayPal, which could be attached to credit card, I suppose. Skrills, G2A Pay, Bitcoin. So you can buy dollars, which is where I got those dollars. You can deposit WAX. So WAX, as I said, is the ERC20 token. You can see here. Here's an Ethereum address. So you can deposit your WAX tokens that you got through the ICO or bought on an exchange. Interestingly, deposits must be used to purchase products or services from OPSkins. So you can't withdraw. You can deposit your WAX in, but then you have to spend it in there. You can't take it out again. I guess potentially that it's a way of kind of sucking money into the system, and also obviously it's a kind of way of keeping control over the kind of currency. And interestingly, again, this address will this Ether address will expire in 12 hours. So this is not a kind of permanent Ether address like it would be in MetaMask. This is just a kind of a dynamic one they're creating for you for a certain period of time, so you can deposit stuff. So very much a hybrid blockchain system at the moment, and you can see here actually Ether, you can't even deposit Ether at the moment. I'm sure that will change in the future, but anyway. So we can see here, blockchain is not mentioned at all really, which is kind of interesting and it kind of makes sense. So even though the blockchain, we'll look at the instant trade stuff, that's kind of happening on the EOS blockchain, which is a very fast blockchain. So effectively instantaneous transfer, which is something you would need in a trading platform like this. So let's get rid of some of these things. So let's just sell these off. I'm going to sell this item, yes, because as I say, these things don't have any inherent value in themselves. No one's buying and selling on this platform at the moment, at least. That may change in future. So there we go. Sold those off. Got $20 now. So I'm going to keep my crypto key. So let's go in and do some buying. So let's browse the listing. So what I'm going to look for is keys. So keys is kind of where all this activity is happening, and so it's interesting that OPSkins WAX people are saying at the moment that their system is running it's kind of running at the capacity of similar to the rest of EOS, if that makes any sense. So there's as much volume going through the WAX fork of EOS than there is through EOS, partly because there's not much going on with EOS at the moment, so that kind of makes sense. But equally, you know, the OPSkins people actually had a lot of trading going on with these Counter-Strike skins that people were kind of trading on, or kind of gambling on, I suppose, and they basically moved that activity over to their own blockchain. So that's kind of why this thing's happening. Okay, so let's try and buy a key. So it does refresh this. So a key, buy now. The item you're purchasing can be traded with WAX Express Trade, the blockchain bit, but cannot be withdrawn to Steam or used in game. Okay. So no longer available for purchase. Okay, let's keep trying. Okay. Other people buying these. Okay, let's try that one. Okay, good. Right, so I've got one. Let's buy a few. Actually, let's... so we've got a few of those. Let's see if we can get some other ones. No, I don't know if the different pricing ones make any difference. That's the thing I was thinking about. I'm guessing not. No, okay. So I can't be bothered to go and find the other ones. So let's go and buy some. Okay. That was. Buy one more, shall we? Okay. Right. So they're in my WAX Express Trade inventory. So it's going to look at that. So we can see 4 keys. So this is the blockchain bit of it. So I can withdraw those items to the OPSkins so the typical trading thing, or yeah, that's all I can do. Okay, so I've got these keys. What do I do with them? So it tells you here. So this is the VGO Twitter. So I had this open already. So it says buy the keys, open the cases, and trade them. So go here. You can see this is the website that VGO OPSkins WAX have put up for the cases. So one of the things that they're doing with this is they're encouraging lots of other companies, basically third parties, to create their own sites where you can open these keys. So OPSkins WAX give you basically the source code, and then you just integrate it into your site. So that's kind of what they're encouraging people to do. So we can see here there's some recommended sites, there's some non-recommended sites, different languages. So actually there's been some bounties to create some of these. Certainly there was for the Chinese one. I don't know if the Chinese one's up yet. Probably, oh yeah, Chinese then. And also there's some work going on encouraging people to make mobile apps where you can kind of do this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm using this one at the moment. So this is Skin Fan. So I've logged in. You have different login setups here. So some of them use. So that one you use your Express Trade URL to log into. Some of them use Steam. Some of them use OPSkins. So this one uses my OPSkins to kind of account settings to do that. So I've got some keys here. If I wanted to, I could go in and buy keys through there, but it's going to take me back to OPSkins, isn't it? So yeah, fine. So I've got some skin. You can see here because it's basically connected to it that I've got keys. So I can open a case. So different cases. I guess if I really cared, I could. Those ones are sold. I could worry about exactly which one to choose. So see here, I've got 4 keys. I'm going to open the case. Let's just do 1. So it sent the request for an exchange to my OPSkins account. So it's going to have a look and see that that's gone through. So Skin Fan has requested a gift, so effectively I have to gift it. This is what Express Trade is doing here. It's gifting it the key so it can open that for me. Obviously OPSkins could do this themselves, but the whole point of WAX is that they want to encourage third parties to do it. So that's kind of why you have this decentralization, but obviously it has to come back to WAX to be verified. So I had to set up 2-factor verification. So let's see if I can work out how to do this. So I have to enter a code. So this is running just through the Google authentication app. Let's see if that works. There we go. So we can see now that's transferred through. So let's go and have a look back here. And we can see here now that's gone to 1. So I basically bought the case. So now I can open the case. And guess what? I won. And not very much. So we can see here, this is what's going on over this kind of case opening. So the most expensive one is this laser cutter knife, and it's worth $137. Most people, we can see here, you know, if you get something that's under $2.50, you're losing money. So it's kind of very much a gacha system. So I won this. Yeah. So I lost money there. So this is kind of, I guess, kind of the issue with not just with OPSkins. So OPSkins has been doing this kind of stuff for years, but broader sense with a lot of the blockchain stuff as well, is you're kind of doing this kind of, or even with free-to-play mobile games, you're doing this kind of randomized kind of gacha system where you're spending money on the outcome, on some sort of outcome. In this case, it's obviously it's a bit of a kind of a stronger issue because you are spending real money to buy this kind of these tokens, buy these cases, and then, you know, winning things that you can sell for money. So there's a much bigger kind of, I guess, legal issue around this kind of stuff. So so let's do my maximum of 3. Let's send in the offer. So we're going to go through this kind of verification system again. So I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to have to go through and put in, obviously the factor code is changing every time. That's kind of the point of that. To go back in here, we can now see, he says hopefully, it's not showing there, is it? But oh, so why has that not gone through? Probably has, isn't it? The blockchain's broken. So probably no, oh, there it is. So here it is there. So now open the cases, and I'm going to get 3 things out of it. So okay, got an even worse one than before. Yeah, doing well, doing well. So I did a bit better there, but didn't do very well. So yeah, but what's interesting now is obviously if I click on that, I can go and browse that. It takes me back to OPSkins. And now these are in my Express trade inventory, or this should be. So there we go, we can see them all there. So I can withdraw all those to my OPSkins account, and now I can see them in my inventory. That one's not showing for some reason. There we go. We can basically see I can instantly sell them back again. So let's look at all of them. I don't want to look at all of them. So kind of an interesting setup. The other thing we can look at is if I can do this. Let's see if I can find this wax. So if we go to before my battery runs out, the Wax Explorer. So we can see here. This is the Wax blockchain, and we can see here what's going through. It's not kind of, well, we can see here this is the transaction history of how many transactions going through. This is items traded and transactions, kind of the same. We can look here, the market cap based on the price of wax. The blocks, transactions in the last block, transactions per second. Let's say this is working on a fork of EOS. You can go to browse all. Excuse me. So what alphabetical do we do? We do it in time order. So we can just see all the items going through. I don't think we're going to see my ones because it's going to quite a lot of transactions going through. But potentially, I guess you could go in. Yeah, so you can see here, item genesis value, genesis block. You can see who owns it. You know, the kind of the blockchain kind of stuff that we expect to see. So yeah, certainly an interesting project. The Wax OPSkins one, one that's kind of gearing up. Quite whether it needs to have further utility attached to it. So whether it needs these things need to go into be able to go into games or not, or I know they're bringing out stickers, which is a kind of a similar thing, but also an interlink thing, so you can have combined stickers and these skins and stuff. But certainly an interesting, very interesting in terms of blockchain stuff, because it does have volume at the moment, and I guess that's the biggest issue for any blockchain project at the moment, is to have volume, and Wax certainly seems to have that. So that's interesting from that point of view. So yeah. So thanks for watching. This is the blockchain gaming world, where we take a deep dive and I try and learn things about what's going on in blockchain gaming, which is not just the games, obviously. These are more, kind of more complex services as well that are using blockchain for you know, ownership and transparency, that kind of stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.